Keep your eye on the day of judgment. If you ever look at ancient iconography, icons of the Lord Jesus, put one up for him. You see the eye? One of the eyes is looking at you, and another one of the eyes is looking past you. I used to think that these artists couldn't draw. They didn't know how to make the eyes. No. This is deliberate. This is a spiritual message. This is the iconographer's way, the artist's way of saying that Christ is looking at us now, and he's looking past us to the day of judgment, reminding us that we should look to the day of judgment. All of us are going to give an account to God, okay? And part of what we will give an account for is whether or not we loved our neighbor as ourselves. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourselves. One of the reasons we are involved in politics is the love of our neighbor, the love of our family, the duty that we have to see that justice and righteousness are in the earth. And a part of how justice and righteousness are in the earth is through civil government. So who is in civil government really matters. Now, for those of you who are truly principled pro-lifers, I get it. I've got friends in Colorado. I've got friends in other places. They will never vote for Donald Trump because his conversion is too recent. They don't believe him. I get it. I didn't vote for Bob Dole. I didn't trust him, and I hated the Republican establishment, and I said, no, I'm not going to vote for the man. Because he was attacking the pro-life movement. He wanted to push the conservatives out. And I've said to people, look, if he wins, then we are going to be further away from victory. And I just wasn't going to vote for him, and I didn't. So I get that. But now you've got Hillary, who is way worse than her husband. And you have Donald Trump. And Hillary, she's against the Second Amendment. For those of you who don't care about babies, do you care about your right to self-defense? What do you think she's going to do with the Second Amendment? Donald Trump is moving all over the country saying, I am a maniac supporter of the Second Amendment. My guns are shooting, going out to target competitions, and they're hunting, and we're defenders of the Second Amendment. And if the people in San Bernardino had had guns, there wouldn't have been so many of them dead. They'd have shot the terrorists. I mean, what else? What do you want? He says that a woman should be prosecuted if she kills her baby when abortion is illegal. What more do you want? He says he wants to have judges like Anton Scalia. What more do you want? Well, I don't like how he uses bad language and how bombastic he is. All right, fine, that's a matter of style. I get that. I grew up in upstate New York. His style doesn't bother me. His style makes some people crazy because culturally it's just so offensive to them. Would you like a smooth, talking, gracious, perfect accent, well-mannered person who can politely, very politely, take their hand and put it up to your neck and squeeze your neck until they break it? Would that make you feel better if they had the right demeanor while they crushed you, your family, and your freedoms?